I am a big fan of the Despicable Me franchise and even the Minions spin-off film. I think the Minions spin-off film is a lot of fun, and I just like these characters. I like the gags. I like the jokes. It's a nice, series of films for lighthearted fun, and I was actually really looking forward to this film, especially after finding a piece of promotional video or like a commercial. I don't even know if it's real or if it's fan made, but it's like the Minions and the Office, kind of their worlds just mixed together. It was one of the greatest 30 seconds I've seen, involving the characters from Despicable Me. And yeah, that little short's better than this film kind of ended up being. So yeah, guys, let's just jump right into it. Again, big fan of the Minions franchise, and with this, it's a sequel to Minions 1, or the first Minions. So we have the Rise of Gru. So now we're following the Minions as they are now with Gru as a kid. I think they say he's 11 years old in this film. So you got young Gru, who's idolizing a group of supervillains, and he wants to be a part of that team, the Vicious Six or something like that, the Villainous Six, I'm not sure. So he tries to join them with the help of his minions, but stuff goes awry. Gru gets kind of kidnapped or missing, and then it's up to our favorite little minions, Stuart, Kevin, the whole crew. Well, four of the crew go in to save Gru while the rest of the crew kind of hangs back. But, so the minions, again, that's essentially why you come to these movies, right? It's for the minions, and they deliver. The minions always deliver. All their little sight gags, all the little jokes that kind of got going throughout the movie, they are fantastic. They're cute, they're funny, and they're the best part of this whole thing. It's cool having Steve Carell back being the voice of Gru, even young Gru, and kind of going back to where the series kind of started, which was he just wants to be a villain, and so it's kind of fun going back to those roots. We see the seeds of some other stuff that happened in Despicable Me's 1 through 3, and as a prequel to those, this is, I was more fond of the last Minions movie. I can't hide it. The story here is just so bland. They brought in a lot of great voice talent or actors to come in and do voices for these colorful characters in the film, and they absolutely waste them. They do nothing with them. Like, they have the RZA in there, who's in there for a little bit. I didn't even know it was him. They had Jean-Claude Van Damme in there. No idea. The guy probably had 2 lines. Lucy Lawless was in there. I love Lucy Lawless. Xena Warrior Princess herself. And I couldn't tell you. I think the character she played was a nun and had like a few lines. And I wouldn't have noticed it was her. And then Dolph Lundgren was in there. And so was Danny Trejo. I would not have known. I would not have known any of those, actors were in this at all. Their voices were either used so minimally that you wouldn't have caught it, or just unrecognizable. So they could have really gotten anybody to do most of these voices. The ones that stick out are the main cast. Your Steve Carell doing his job as Gru, Pierre Coffin as the voice of all the minions. Kevin, Stewart, Bob, all the great minions. Taraji P. Henson comes in as Bell Bottom, one of the vicious or villainous 6 team members. You got Michelle Yeoh as Master Cho, who gets a segment of the film. And Michelle Yeoh, obviously, I loved her in Everything Everywhere All at Once earlier this year. And then Alan Arkin, who comes in as Wild Knuckles, another supervillain that Gru idolizes. And, they stood out enough to where I felt like I could, properly talk about their performances. A little disappointed overall by this voice cast, not going to lie. I think miscasting is a problem here, but listen, that's just me being a film critic on YouTube. What do I know? This film is for kids. It is aimed at families, and if you're going to take your kids to the theater, the big question is, will the kids enjoy it? And the answer is yes, probably. There's a lot of colors, there's a lot of jokes, there's a lot of great stuff in this, I think, for kids to just, for an hour and a half, occupy their brains and their attention spans. And if you're a parent, maybe a little bit of respite for you to just chill and let your kid enjoy an hour and a half film. If you're an adult, you might be a little numb. You might find this a little boring. I oh boy, I almost dozed off a couple of times during this film. I was so bored about the third act of the film. All the big stuff is happening, and I was just uninterested. It wasn't the best story they could have come up with. The pieces were there, but for me, it just didn't work. Not terrible. I still got some amusement out of the first half of the film, at least. You know, a lot of, like I said, the minions deliver for me, but that third act, you know, the climax of the film just didn't do it for me. And it is what it is. It clearly wasn't targeted at me, but you know, kids will love it, and that's the important thing. And I'm sure maybe there'll be other adults out there, critics, who will actually enjoy this for what it is. And you know, hey, more power to you. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. No love lost. I'm going to be giving this film a solid C. It's like a kind of where it is. It's not great and it's not terrible. It's kind of sitting in the middle. You know, the animation's on point. I like the animation a lot. I do think that even at an hour and a half and this film moves, it might move too fast. But that's just me. I would have maybe liked to see a little bit more development with certain aspects of the film. Some relationships grew, kind of strikes in the film. I would have liked to have seen a little more and have that pay off at the end. But hey, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. Trying to think what else I liked. Not much else. I mean, I came for the Minions. I got essentially what I figured the Minions would deliver, and the rest of the film was just, it was there. I did see this in IMAX, and it was fun because I had the whole theater to myself, essentially, I think. There might have been some people on the way back, but, you know, essentially it felt like I had that theater to myself. And no post-credit scene. I read that there was a post-credit scene. Don't worry. You don't have to stay after the credits. There's not anything after the, like an animated credit segment before the full credits start rolling. So yeah, guys, that was Minions: The Rise of Gru. Hopefully, if they do another one of these, they step up their story game, because they could do so much more with these fun little yellow creature things, whatever the heck you want to call a minion, whatever they are. So yeah, what do you guys think? Have you seen Minions: The Rise of Gru? Do you plan on seeing Minions: The Rise of Gru? What is your favorite Despicable Me film? That's a big one. I am partial to that last Minions movie, not gonna lie. But hey, that's for you guys to answer down in the comments below. Very curious what you guys think. And also, if you guys could please hit that thumbs up button. I love seeing that. Got a lot of those on the last video, which I appreciate. Then if you could hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to be notified whenever I drop a new video, it would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I was going to do a 1-year anniversary video. It just kind of didn't work out. So, hey, sorry about that if you're expecting anything. The subject of that video will still make it somewhere. It's just a matter of planning it and just doing it again, because it just didn't turn out. So I don't want to put anything out there that I'm not 100% proud of. Yeah, guys, I guess that's it. Until next time, I'll be seeing you.